Welcome to our new show. My name is Miguel. This is called Friends Playing Games. We play games with friends, obviously. We will play a board game and we will chat. We will make fun of each other. We might even punch a couple guys in the faces. You know who I'm talking about. Only one person should get punched in the face. And we'll also have a grading scale of how awesome the game we just played is. So in our very first episode of Friends Playing Games, we've chosen a game called Gloom. A game in which you want to make your family as miserable as possible before you eventually kill them off, while making your friends' families as happy as possible. The game is very simple. You have 5 cards to play the game with your opening hand. And then every turn you get to play 2 cards. And each card is generally some misfortune that will befall your family. Like, say, Timmy just fell down the stairwell. Or Grandma found arsenic in her soup. It's normal stuff like that. And then you'll draw back up to 5 cards. As you're playing the game, you will eventually want to kill off your family. And that's the first thing you want to do on your turn. Because if you play something else, you can't kill off a family member unless you have a card that says so otherwise. The game is played in a series of turns until one player eventually kills off all of their family members. As soon as that happens, the game immediately ends, and the player with the most unhappy families wins. Now I'm gonna tell you guys about my family, right? This is Darius Dark. He runs the local circus. The freaks come to watch his unremarkable people. So Darius Dark, he's the ringmaster, right? He hires everyone. He's the talent agent. He's not very good at his job. Because let me tell you about his current crew. There's Alessandra Deville. She's the unremarkable. She's the illustrated lady, meaning that she's a lady that illustrates.
Huh.
That's the story that I'm going with. She has no tattoos on her, and she is constantly covered up too. So some people think she has something to hide. Some people think that she's not even a woman. Others believe that she's not even there. She's just clothes. There's Samson O'Toole, the bearded man. That's his whole thing. He has a beard, and it's a magnificent beard. There's Thumbelissa. She is like a super midget. So there's midget and then there's super midget. It's scientific.
Hyper midget?
Yeah. No, hyper midget is too small.
His cousin Mordecai, he actually moved over here from Louisiana. He was the last of his kind there.
The last person in Louisiana.
The last person.
It just came up in Louisiana.
I mean, after the last hurricane, they were just like, no more.
I'm the last person.
He's the last person. He was too dumb to be the first person to move out, or any other person in between. But yeah, he was the last person out of Louisiana.
No, but let's see, Lord Wellington Smythe. Yeah, Smythe, not Smith. Might be Smith. I don't know.
I think it's Smythe.
It's Smythe. All right. Yes, Lord Wellington Smythe. He's he's not a very cautious man. He goes for big deals, and they usually have big payoffs.
And it's going to be quick, because I'm not going to do individual people. I'm just going to tell the general story. So there was a horrible car accident in this family, and sadly, Rogar and Lord Slowguard died. They were the husband and son of Helena Slowguard. And, Melissa, who's Helena's daughter, took care of Rogar's, a little brother. So she misses him. And since Helena's a wonderful necromancer, she's trying
That's what doctors
to...
in the future are known as.
Exactly. She's trying to recreate the Lord Slowgar's and Grogar's lives by taking them and planting them inside of inanimate objects too. And she has Lord Slowgar's brain currently in a box in a big jar filled with liquids, and she's taken her son Grogar's brain and put that inside of a teddy bear. Lord Slowgar is being driven to insanity by the fact that his lovely wife Helena is just not able to be pleased physically by his current condition, being a brain in a jar. And he was listening very intently to the bumping and scratching and noises coming from his bedroom, because he's currently placed in the attic. And he's wondering, what exactly is his wife doing that's causing such a ruckus. He shakes the jar and bashes through the door into his wife's bedroom, and sitting there is Elias E. Gore, the gravekeeper, and his wife Helena, making love, driving him to insanity, basically. So he went mildly mad.
Only mildly.
Only mildly. I mean, he kind of has a thing for watching his wife with other men, so it was infuriating. He couldn't take part.
Your brain in a jar.
But exactly.
I told you, Alessandra, she covers her entire body, right, head to toe and clothes, and people always wonder why. So one day, Samson O'Toole, he was like, I've known Alessandra for a while, and the reason she wears so much clothing is because she's extremely beautiful. She's like one of the most beautiful women you will ever see in Bellevue. And the reason she wears so many clothes is because she got tired of the church chastising her for her appearance. She was just too beautiful, and it was making God angry.
How dare I create this beautiful creature?
So Alessandra was chastised by the church for being too beautiful, and now she walks. Now she lives her daily life wrapped from head to toe in cloth. So my draw limit is reduced by 1 when I play this card, so I only draw 1 card.
All right.
Lola's dealer comes to her, says, "I've got this new product. It's new from Russia. It's called Crocodile." She's all for it. She's like
running a business.
Heroin and meth has kind of gone all lackluster on me. Done it so much, so yeah, let me try this.
I've done too much meth. It's no longer hip.
It's
The poor people
it
are.
doesn't really affect her the same way it did back when she started taking it. She shoots it up in her arm. She prefers the right arm. It's got the best veins.
Well, if she's taking Crocodile.
I don't know
Go
how
ahead.
this shit
This is
works.
your story.
And it ends up falling off.
That's exactly what it does.
About how he had been the most perfect child, and how he deserved a piece that will. Being a very good child like he is, and making sure he's doing his homework and staying on top of chores and whatnot. Only to be cast aside. So he ends up making his way to the Bellevue Bridge, also known as 520.
In the 50s.
In whatever year this happened to be.
520.
I think there's like random portals that
Was it
pop
just
up.
made of logs?
Yeah. He took his horse carriage out there to 520.
Oregon Trail style.
Developed dysentery along
2
the
of
way.
his cousins died along the way.
and he thought to himself, this is it. There's nothing else for me to live for. And he plummeted to his death.
All 20 feet.
All 20 feet of it. Only to be saved by a killer whale. Yeah, killer whale. But then promptly mistaken for a seal torn by said killer whale. I don't know why I added the killer whale part,
'Cause now it
but he
doesn't make
died of
sense.
despair.
I would be pretty despaired if a
I would
whale
be-
was chewing on me.
Well, I would be upset if I tried to kill myself or like fell off a cliff, was saved, and then immediately eaten by a whale.
And that was us playing Gloom. What was it? You're never as special as you think you are when you realize how tiny you are and the vastness that is our cosmos. That's how Gloom should have made you feel. Have a nice day. Too dark.
I was so excited.
The game is so good. I'm gonna give it 3 jobs and 1 Tootsie Roll. It's that good. Damn congregating in downtown Bellevue that hang out in front of the bagel store. You know who you are. Stop doing that. Everyone else wants bagels too.